Finally. So, I'm sorry about that for the time. If you didn't follow, I hate my life. The laptop was too hot, so it was impossible to actually stream with it. I opened it, cleaned it. It was a fucking nightmare to do. I'm not gonna lie. And that was something, all right. But now it works. It's okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work again on the flooring, on the tiles. So last time I did some modifications here to make it look better. I might actually do the same here for this as well. So just getting the values that I need so they are visible. So we have that. That was the value. I'm just doing my due diligence and making everything work. So we have this color, we have this color, and we have the blue one, so the one I put there, so it's okay. We're gonna do the same for this one. So we have the dark, then the light, then the background. So the dark, then the light, and then the background. So new things to do. And same after that. So they all are basically the same. So we need the blue one. So again, we want the dark spot, then the light, then the background. So dark spot, yeah, then the light, then the background, then the light, and then the background. Okay, and same for these ones. So we want the dark spot, the light spot, and the background. And we're gonna do that. So now that we're here, so we have some nasty bending here. So first, what I want is I want to remove the bonding as much as possible because this looks bad. And yeah, that was a mistake. I'm mad. I'm fully aware of that. That's the problem. The problem is me. So just to simplify my life, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do these. So this is the only I will do, because then I can actually select them and copy paste them, because they are all the same. They are the squares that I'm using, so I just need them to work. But I also need to do the outside of these ones. Ooh, made an oopsie. Yeah. Okay. So just like that, it actually makes it so much better. And now we want to get the small, so we want this being the spots that are dark or something like that. It's absolutely unreadable, I swear to God. Okay, I'm gonna do something smart. So just do it there, so we see where the high spots are. All right. No, it shouldn't be like that. In fact, I think by the nature of these. Should be something like that, no? Not really. I think no. I think they all should be diagonal like that. With little to no variation. They all should go in the same line though, that's for sure. Yeah. Something like that, I think it's okay. Then we want to get this color. Sometimes just putting it around. Seems okay to me. Perfect. Breaks the monotony, that's what we want. And that's good enough for me. So same, we want this color. We want to make on this layer just so we can merge it later. And yes, I'll do that. We want to make something like that, yes. Of course, I did the oopsie. So something like that. We all want them to be the same. Okay. Okay. Then again, we want the full opacity, we want to get the high spot, and we want to reduce the opacity again so it's easier to see. So the high spot, like dark. Okay. Pretty easy. Perfect. That's what we want. So now I want to select my little friend here, like that. Okay, so I want to do that first, then I want to do Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So now I can actually move it, and I can put that here. Yes, but there is a cost for it, and the cost will be that I need to remove part of the mask. So I do that, then I switch, I do that. I want you to be like that, then oh, thank you very much. All right, just need that color to be back on the layer. Perfect. So we have it. So I can just do that. So I can do Ctrl B again. Take that. Move it there. I could actually just simplify my life because I think I'm spending too much time actually doing something complicated. I can just do that. Honestly, easier like that. Honestly, just using my tools correctly makes more sense. But yeah, so now that it's better again, same shit, same shit. I can keep that, that's fine. But I don't want that part because the part is the full old one, so we don't want that. Okay, I can then remove my new up. Now we need a new selection layer. A bit better than what I selected. A bit better than what I selected, that would be cool. Something like that, but not necessarily here. Maybe there. Yep, that should do. And now this value is the next one that I pass there. And it has a nice value, though this part is perfectly irrelevant, so we can remove it. Okay, now we can do that. I can control V. Okay, there. So now the part that is useless is this one, because it's outside of the tile. The part that is useless is also this one, because it's outside of the tile. It's not what I asked for, but apparently that's what I are. Yeah. Well, I can do that, I can... Fuck. I made a mistake. Anyway, my bad. Okay, like that? Yeah. Better. A better. Okay. So we have this one there. Yep. With this side absolutely demolished. Control E. With this side completely demolished. We need to do it again there. So there. Then I want this side completely removed. And I want this side. Sometimes it does that when I like change the pen orientation. I don't know why. Apparently. So whatever. This is cool, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. We need to do the small one, small one, and small one. So it's gonna take me a bit longer, so we can do that. I want 1, 2, 3. So this one should be there. And then I need to select that part. That part, and just remove it. And also this part selected just for good measure. Yeah. Funny, haha. When it does that. And then remove that. So this is okay. So apparently, okay, and I have the wrong selection, but apparently okay. So this one now should be there. We want to select all of that and just do that. What? Okay. So now we want to move this one right here. And we want to select all of that side to be completely obliterated. And then all of that side to be completely obliterated. And now we can do plop, 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 Perfect. And this is done. And this is okay. So now, same old, but with the color again. So we could actually just take the same thing and replace colors. Actually, is there a way I can replace colors? Is there a tool? Is there a filter? Color transfer, reference image. No. Yeah. Source filter. Color to alpha. Okay, select layer. Convert to transparency. No. Settings, I suppose, no. Color space, document tool, import Python plugin scripted 10 brushes and script. Is there a way I can actually convert the colors? Like map colors. Right. Right, a map. Maps the color to the input unit color in the selected palette. Filter gradient map. So filter map. Palettize. Color lab. Okay. So this is something that I can use. What is palette? You can actually do it. Hold on. Let me create the palette. Just for the sake of it. Which is not that hard considering I already have it there. It's just selecting these. And moving them directly. And then turning them around. I would argue that I could just do that. Then select this palette. Then move that to this. Is they're all in the same position. Then have this palette. And then move it around there. Ish. And now we want to rotate. Can I rotate the selection? Is there a way I can do that? I think. Seems okay to me. So now we rotated the selection, which is fine. And now I want to Control C for no particular reason. And can I just, all right, hold on. Let me select that. So on the 64 by 64. I want to do that so it's on another filter. Because if this works, I have something that is so fucking good. So let me just select that and copy that as another filter just for the sake of it. Filter map. No, not gradient map. Palettize. Yeah, I love when I do that. No, map. Palettize. RGB. This is not what I want to do. So RGB, but like... I don't know what that is. Do I need to export the palette? Six by 2. Fine, I'm just testing a theory. 6, 2. Wait. Control E. Alright. Thank you very much for your patronage, I suppose. Control C. Control V. Why? Because I'm on the good layer. Control C. Can I control VU? Why can't I copy paste that? Oh, it's nice actually, this one, but yeah, whatever. Control C. Control V. Do I need to move it around or? Okay. I am extremely distraught that I can't actually have that. That's just wild to me. Ah. This is embarrassing. I know why. Because it was not on the good layer. That makes sense. Okay. File. Export. Let's just put it there, I guess. We call that palette. .png. Maybe I made a mistake. PGM, oh, that's a null format. No. Because I put a fucking comma, that's why. Okay. So now, if I want, I can just deselect that because I have filter map. Palettize. My god, my eyes, I'm so tired. Can I have the palette? That would be great. Can you show me the... Thank you. There is something about that I find deeply annoying. And that never works. So do I need to save it as a palette? Can I export that as a palette? Raster image. Photoshop image. Is there a way to have it as a palette? Can you export it as a palette? Palette has the color of the input in nearest color in the selected palette. Useful for limiting color in pixel art and for artistic effect. Optional design may be applied. Lab, find the nearest color in non-color space in RGB color space. Okay. Create a palette. Right there. Palette Docker. The various colors are used for quick use. There is a support editing palette and organizing color into group. I have a system for palettes already. That's nice. I never knew that. So it's a dock. So I suppose in window or in settings. Dockers, I suppose, palette. Oh. Hello there, General Kenobi. So palette. Such name. I floor. Just check. Writer crashed, so I might have lost some stuff. Fuck. Oh really? Open the autosave. Thank God. Please. Thank you. God. Is that... Hello? Jean, so you're telling me Crater just crashes in 5.2.11 when you create a palette? What? Okay. Really? Okay. Okay, and I can't fucking see what that button is. Capiel. Okay. Can I export the selection? I export advanced. APL. Okay. What the concept cookie? Cool. Can I just do that, honestly? Okay, I can just do that. Perfect. 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 OMG. I'm able to actually make progress. I understand how you make a palette now. God. Okay, so now that we know how to make a fucking palette, can I map it in RGB? Can I have my palette? Okay. Yeah, I did that. I didn't oopsie. Filter. Map. Palette size. Again. Okay, thank you. Okay, so it did something, but not the right thing. So I suppose it's the order. Is that the order? Might be the order, or I can understand how that shit works, because if I know how that works, that's perfect. Can I just use the, yeah, let's use, it's okay. It didn't work. Oh, it's normal because I have a selection mask. Because I'm a dummy. Again, it did the same. Why? Why? Can I let's use Padding Lab? So it shows me the preview. And it doesn't work. That's not what I want. That's... Can I make... like... I would like to make a correspondence 101. Is that too much to ask? Honestly? I don't think it's too much to ask. I think it's normal. I would like a 101 correspondence. I want... Would that work? I don't know. I don't know. Let me map again. I want to be able to understand what I'm doing. Why? Why? Why don't you... Oh, to work. Yeah, I see. Well, my bad, I guess, for trying. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's this one. My bad for trying, I guess. I'm gonna cry. Alright, so it's gonna take a while, but whatever. I wanted to automate that. Krita told me no. And I'm not sure I understand how you use the palette stem in Krita. One day I will. Okay, so there is an error that I never saw that I need to fix. I wish Paletize was my friend. Why? Why must you hurt me this way? Okay, that works, I suppose. Is that the right color or am I losing my mind? I guess I'm no. Okay, so that's this one. That's the right color. Now, that's this one. My god. My god, the mistake is everywhere because of course I copy pasted it like a dummy. Why? Why must you hurt me so much? I'm gonna cry. And of course this mistake is also here. Because I copy pasted. I mean, this one is not that bad though, but whatever. I need to fix it, but otherwise I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh, this is... Anyway. What a fantastic endeavor. I love having to fix my shit. Yeah. Well, that's my fault, honestly, for being a dumb. Yes, of course, that's what I do. I fuck up. And so that also explains why it was not able to actually transfer the colors. Because I made a noopsie. Though, to be fair, even if it was able to do it. No, honestly, the way it did the transfer of color was so bad that I think even if I fucked up somehow, and I know I did, it was still, I think, me not understanding the palette system in Kryta. That's pretty much the problem. The issue is me not understanding the palette system. I wish I did, but yeah. So I need to actually learn about it a bit more. Though being able to actually create a palette and just, you know, using it directly instead of having to move around is so much better. Having to create a palette is just so much better than what I actually did there before. So knowing how the palette works would be a great strength. Let's put it that way. It would be better if I wasn't so bad at my job, but yeah. Nobody says anything. This one was easy. Okay, now the fun part begins. Which is doing this one as well. And then we can actually do the wooden flooring I wanted to do. If I'm not too tired, because I'm already so tired. I've been sleeping quite well, but sleeping quite early as well. To the point that when I say early, I mean like sleeping at 10 p.m. So we're technically past my bedtime at the moment. I'm not even joking. What did I do? Yeah, I put myself there. I'm not even joking, by the way. I've been sleeping like a baby. And really, like, early. So I'm kind of pushing myself because of the fuck up of the heat. But at some point I will have to actually go to bed because I'm tired. I already see my eyes are having a hard time actually focusing, which is, you know, a bit of an issue when that happens. So yeah. Alright. Up, up. Incredible. It's fixed. It's fixed. I need to do these ones, but I really don't want to do anything about it. Still, they look way better. They have more, like, more charm. I would argue more charm. You might disagree with me, but I think it looks better than just plain stuff. Yeah, thank you. Than just plain stuff. So, you know, all in all, not a bad thing. For this one, I want to make another floor. So I want to do another wooden floor like that. I wish I put the palette correctly, but I can actually put that there because I have the palette now. I'll define my palettes there. I think I should really know how to make the palette better. Alright. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pause just a little because I'm really tired. I'm gonna drink some water, be a bit nice, and then I come back just in a minute. I need I need something. Yeah. So just a minute. Let me take a peek. Ah, and we're back. God. So, yeah. Let me get my palette, alright? Okay, and I want the highlights. Some Control Z on the palette, which is a bit of a struggle, but okay. So I want that one. It's okay. Oh. Actually, this color seems to be this one. Oh yeah, okay. Alright. There's a lot of colors, but it's okay. The easiest is just to start with that and try to make a shape that looks like a log, like a blank. So as you can do something like that. I think that's the max I can go for. Like for a full-size blank, we go for, so they're like that. So 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, counting the diagonal. So it would not be technically like. Yeah, let's be smart because we can use the palette at our advantage now. So let's be smart. Let's take that. Like if I start something like that, for example, that would be this type of wood. It does 4. So this is something that would work, I think. Or would it? Actually, that's a good question. Because if we decide to make it like that, so that means something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are big. As the grouch is between them. Or we could do it like that. But then if we do it like those, would that work as a scaffolding? That means we have 2 now, so it does not work as a scaffolding. In fact, it looks bad. So that's not something we want. We want them to be connected just like these ones. Like these ones are connected. If I just draw them quickly, they are connected like that. You know what I mean? Like they are connected like that. And so basically they look like that, which makes them kind of okay. And it's just like the lines between them. So it needs to be kind of like that, but straight. So if I do it like that, then you have a small gap in the middle. And this is something you don't want. Because we want them to be connected. But we can't just do that, because then it looks round. And then around the corner, we have something like that. And this is just unacceptable. As you can see, this looks bad. This is not something we want. Like, this is big, bulky, and ugly. So that's not something we want as well. We want something that is elegant like this one. So they have a curve like that, which make them really interesting. Maybe we should actually have that for our friend. So if you have 3 and then do like that, but we still have this problem here. But if we have 1, 2, 3 like that, and then we need to actually, oh, maybe you could actually stagger them. Hold on. When I have the shape, it will be okay. If I put 3 tack like that, okay. Imagining that's a plank, which is perfectly fine by me. We could put it at that size. I think that's a plank. All right. I think that's a nice shape for a plank. It gives good vibe, but then we want to connect them. As you can see, we can't. So we need to probably stagger them. So it needs to make sense the way we stagger them. If we do something like that. And then we have that, for example. But no. And if we stagger them, oh, but hold on, if we stagger them like that, no, because then we have it should be there, I think, to make them stagger correctly. But then we no, just two, so we need to do that. We need to remove that. So then it works if I do that. But it's ugly. So that might not be the solution. I could just use that, which would be perfectly okay, but then what do I put in the middle of those? Because, yeah, we have something, but in the end, it's pretty uniform. And as you can see, these ones are like that and that. Oh! But maybe what I can do is something more. I could make them like that. So we have one, and then we have this one, for example. So one solution, instead of putting that there, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3. So yeah. But then how do you connect this one? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Not this one, I think. But there. But then we will need to do something like that, I think. Make it okay. No, this is bad. This is bad. Okay. This is bad. Okay. I like this. Like, individually, I like this style of blank. But connected, like that perfectly. And if I want to connect them correctly, I could do something like that. But then, as you can see, I need to potentially remove a block here. Otherwise, it doesn't look good. But hold on, if I do that. 1, 2, 3. I'm imagining we do that. I need to be okay with a certain, like, size. So let me count the size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14. Like 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16. So yeah, I count them in French. It's easier for me. So 16. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that would be the size of a plank. That would be the size of a plank. No questions asked. That's how the size. That's the size of a plank. If I stagger them perfectly, then they look like that, which looks unbelievably boring. I'm not joking. It's just fucking boring. But it works. I can't do that because it looks bad. But then if I do 1, 2, so 1, 3, 5, 10, 15, 16, 3. Hold on. This would be 16, so this should be there. Something like that. And then if we connect those, we should have 16, right? Can I have a ruler? 13. 15, so now I need to actually do something for this part. So yeah, it would need to be there, which wouldn't work. Or it could just be there. Then if I do that, that's 16. So it makes sense. If I do that, I have the 16, and then I can just do 3 here. Yeah, because I'm in the eraser mode. Right. Something like that, maybe. But then we have only 3. We don't have 4. Otherwise, we can't stack them like that. So probably I don't go with 4. I go with 2. I don't go with not 3. We go with 2. Is what I mean. Because if I do that, then it's easier for me to actually do it. Can I have this value? So that's perfect. I eyeballed it and it was okay. So perfect. Let me move that though to this position, I think, and then let me just do that, that. Can I have more subdivisions again? So I might need to actually reduce the size of that to 16. So 5 subdivisions actually help me quite substantially. No guides. I don't care about the guides. So why do I do these subdivisions, you ask? Well, there is a reason for that. It's because I want to then stagger them in a spiral fashion. So I need to think how I do that. That's pretty much it. Because they should be that size, but then they should have this here. So it should not be there. It should be like that in a way. Like they should be like that. But this connection is ugly because of the double edge. So if I change that, if I decide to change that completely, all right, and then I do that and 2 here, I'm kind of staggering my stuff in a way that looks a bit more nice, a bit nicer, but we have an issue, and you will see it in a minute when I finish drawing them. Because now, look at what happens. We have 1 pixel gap. And this pixel gap is ugly. Because what do I do with that shit? Huh? I can't do anything about it. This 1 pixel gap makes it bad. So this solution would work, but not necessarily, because yay, and this is ugly. As you can see, by having that, this is ugly. So another solution would be to actually extend those to draw out like that. And now it works, kind of. Because now we have, specifically speaking, something that would be working. In fact, if we want it to work completely, we should be able to do that. which is by all metric not terrible, as you can see. And now it works. Now we can actually have another one that is staggered like that. So yes. And now same for this one and this one. And this works actually, but little oopsie here. It should be like that. Otherwise, it won't work, because now we need to do that. And this is where the issue starts coming. So it needs to, this one needs to be redone. You know, when it actually connects. Which is okay. Because if we do it like that, this is perfect. This is actually perfect. As you can see, we have something that looks okay. I want this type of color now in these borders, I think, because it should be to represent the wood, getting like some sort of color palette change, maybe darker, but like it needs to be a different color than the grout line in a way. Still needs to be okay. That's this color. So this is just the bare wood here, just so you see. And now we will need some grainy texture, or at least noisy texture. Is to throw the grain though. So this color is a bit green, so I'm using it sparingly, at least as sparing as I can. We want lighter highlights. I think this one. We would want some colors changes like this one, this one. But this looks bad. This looks bad, okay, because I think having the uniform good line actually makes it cheap. Or maybe yes. If I scale it up to its actual size, it would be better. Yeah. We have kind of the idea. I think if I scale it up, we have actually more space to actually work. And that would make it so much better. So hold on. That was not what I wanted to do. So Nearest neighbor. But yeah. So nearest neighbor, but yeah, unfortunately it's actually yeah. So this is not something I can do. Not something I can use. It's not something I can use, but what I can do is I can actually keep it that. So I can get it. So I can get the same ID that I want. So something like that. But this should be bigger. So since I'm technically multiplying that by 2, I need to multiply the dimensions by 2. So I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. Something like that. So this should be okay. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be like that. This should be the big one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So if I scale it, oh my fucking god, really? I think I made a mistake in my calculations. Four, and 4. So I made a little mistake. And if I do, let me try that again. So if I do the same, but this time I do. So 1, 3. What I wanted to do at the beginning. 3. They look a bit slender, which is nice. I'm just gonna do that instead of doing the rest, just to be sure. Son of a gun. It doesn't work. And honestly, it doesn't look that good. This foot floor, like, if I want to have this kind of effect, but better. This was nice, but this is bad. This doesn't look good. I'm not sure about this fucking shape. The shape is not good. It doesn't look nice. Oh, no. I actually need that. Okay. I actually need that line. The thing is, if I double, it's 4, then we go to 8, right? Because it's like 16 by 16 times, so square basically, because we just, yeah, it's supposed to be doubled, right? Am I not? Am I being stupid? This is the worst stupidity. Am I being an idiot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. I mean, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this is 6, but this should be 2. So typically, what I would need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, so 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. In a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And no, it doesn't work. Ah. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. I want something that looks good, not like that. Ah. What can I do? Are there ways that I can make it so it looks not awful? Like this one was nice because of the diagonal effect, so it makes it bigger. Pro tip, if you want something bigger, just make it diagonal. Why did I say that? Yeah. But here I that's what I want to say, alright? If I do that, we will still have the problem, because of course we will, but see what I mean? I hate my life so much. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? I need... But this is bad, like it looks not good. It's... I need to... Do I still have it? That's my question. Oop, I don't want to use that actually. So you don't need to see that. Because that would be a nightmare if you see it. So download. I still have it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, actually. Oh yeah. There are a lot of ways I can actually make it look good, and this is probably one of them. You know what? I wonder. Maybe I will need to fix the issues, but I don't think it will be a problem. But let me just... Yeah. This is not what I wanted to do. Can I delete? No. Well. Oh yeah, it's there. It wasn't on the good layer, that's why. Alright, let me do something kind of OP. Up. So I want to move that. Now I want to turn it. What the? What? That was... So in nearest neighbor like that, it's actually kind of cool. But what I want is something like that. This is cool though. This is cool because it works as well, which is funny. But it is not something that I want. Basically what I want is I want to do something like that. And I like the turning to be okay. Okay. Can I change the angle? Even when changing the angle, it's not good. But I have a... Yeah. I could actually use that as a solution. That could be a solution. So let's just delete that layer. Yeah. So, how do I go about that? Let's just do it again. This time. So I want it to be on this small side, I think. So something like that, which is normally 16. So perfect, because I have basically the size here. I like having that. So yeah, hold on a second. Switching it. Something like that. And then the weight done is kind of like this one connects like that. So in a way, this is 15, so perfect, because now we eyeballed it like that. And so the next one, so legally speaking, won't be like that, but whatever. The next one, there. And then you have the new one that goes down a bit more. It should be 16 like that, so it should go down there. So then we have that, but then as you can see, they start becoming ugly. But wait, I can... No, it needs to be bigger. That's what she said. I'm a fucking 2 years old sometimes. All right. But it still needs to be bigger. I'm not gonna apologize for that. I think it's important. Okay. So it needs to be bigger. Also, this is there. I should simplify that. There was too much details. It's not bad, but there was too much depth. If I do it with 3, I think it's fine if I do it with 3. It's no problem. So we go there. That's that, I guess. Then I want to have that coming down with the thickness. 1, 2, 3. And then if you do something like that, won't work though if I do that, because it's still 15, 16 should be one more. Just so it's better. And if I do that, then yeah, it's still... So it's still looking bad. Let's be real for a moment. It's looking bad, but we have basically the ID. And then the goal is to actually soften the edges so they don't look as bad. So something that would be kind of like that. As a way of anti-aliasing that part. Nah. I need to think. I need to think. And it's better. I think what I did is not good. I need to think. Yeah. I need to think. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna actually think about it on my own. And when I have something, I'll come back to it. But yeah, I'm not sure about what I'm doing, honestly. So yeah, I need to think about it. That's fine. That was nice. I actually stayed for a long time. I'm really tired though, and I need to be not like that for Friday. That's gonna be so hard. But yeah, whatever. I'll see you tomorrow for the character. I'm tired. For the character. The colors again, I think, and maybe some animations. We'll see. Although maybe I will be able to finish the colors tomorrow's afternoon. Probably. I hope. I don't know. We'll see. And if I have something that look good, then we'll try to do the animation. At least the idling animation, so the second frame, the third frame. I think animating on like 5 to 6 frames max. That seems to be so much work already. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, have a nice evening. I'll see you tomorrow, same hour. At least no, 20:30 CEST, not before, not after. Because yeah, now my computer is clean, and so better to actually chill itself. So yeah, have a nice evening. Bye.